PowerKast Progression. Radio with power.
What up, everybody? Welcome back. The PowerKast Progression. You know the deal. Radio with power, baby. We got Marky Marc in the house.
What's going on, everybody?
So do you got your cereal, bro? You got your cereal?
I do. I got my Meyer multigrain squares in the Hizzle.
I also got multi-brand flakes.
That's not it.
Hell yeah.
I got cookie thins. I got some cookie thins right here, chocolate chip
Oh, hell yeah. I love cookies, bro.
from Aldi's. And then these are from Aldi's as well. Keto coconut clusters. You ever had
Coconut
those?
cluster, baby.
Yeah. This is dark chocolate, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, some quinoa. So it's a healthier snack alternative. Of course, I got my water.
Oh, you got to have water on the PowerKast. You got to have your water, baby.
Well, it's pretty hot here in Michigan right now.
Yes, it is summer heat, baby. This is a part of summer heat right here on Video Game XD and XD Sports.
But
For some reason, dude, my cereal smells like plywood. Smells like plywood. It's weird.
I got to give a shout out to our boy Jeremy. He's in Arizona right now, and his weather is way hotter than ours, so we can't complain too much. Like his is in the hundreds, and even it goes up to even like 115, something crazy like that.
Oh yeah, Arizona's crazy, bro. With the weather down there, crazy.
So like to us in the 90s is rough. To him, 90s is nothing.
I know you got your fan on tonight in your air, probably your AC.
Oh yeah.
Tonight on the PowerKast, though, we got AEW Collision from Youngstown, Ohio. I went live, baby. I actually got my ass up. I went on a little vacation, and I got out of the house, and I went to AEW Live, All Elite Wrestling Collision. So I'm going to talk about that, my thoughts about the live experience at AEW. It was pretty cool, but I'm going to go in depth about it, you know what I mean?
And this was a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it was about a couple weeks ago. Yep. I'm gonna talk about it. I mean, it was pretty dope. Current WWE. That's right. We're gonna talk about current WWE. And the Uncensored, I guess Raw is going to Netflix by next year, 2025. So it's supposedly going to be uncensored. TV 14 might be back, TVMA. So that is big news. That is big news for us old school Attitude Era junkies. And also the Wyatt Sixth, Bray Wyatt, the Sixth, the new faction is forming. They're continuing the Wyatt family, so we're gonna talk about that. So that looks pretty cool.
Sounds good.
And we're also gonna talk about current AEW. What we think of the product, ratings, Dynamite, Collision, what's in store for this year with AEW and their past pay-per-view talk, I guess. With Double or Nothing, which was pretty good, and Dynasty was actually pretty good too. So let's get to AEW Collision. So this was in Youngstown, Ohio. This was a couple of weeks ago or so. It was on the 15th of June. So I went. I know you've experienced AEW Live, right?
I have.
I never have. I've been to a few WWE shows in my life. I've been to a few indie shows. I've been to a few WCW events as a kid. So I haven't been to a lot of wrestling live. I've been to a decent chunk, but yeah, I wanted to go. I'm like, as an AEW fan, I think I should go. Ohio is only about 4 hours from Michigan. Detroit, baby. But I went out there. So Youngstown, Ohio is pretty ghetto. Yeah, it's pretty shady out there. Like the ride there was mostly smooth sailing, but it was kind of ghetto. And the Youngstown area we got a hotel out there. I don't want to bury any businesses, but I think it was Window. But it felt like almost like the movie The Shining. It was pretty creepy, very creepy, very eerie. Not a lot of people were in there. It felt very like almost like a silent movie film. Like it was weird.
New York City's like east, and then like the hotel we got over here, it's pretty ghetto, not gonna lie, but it will do. It's right by the AEW arena. John's like, dude, this is fucking ghetto out here. I took her to the ghetto of Ohio. Ass crack, Ohio. I don't know, it's not that bad, but yeah, it could be better. Hey, Dub.
And then apparently I didn't pay for the hotel. Apparently I forgot to pay $100 for the hotel. And she's like, "You did not pay. You did not pay." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I thought I reserved it." And she's like, "No, well, you put in your credit card info, but we didn't actually take the money." So my dumbass didn't even pay for the hotel. So luckily for Jen came with me. She's the one that drove us. She had an extra $100 on her, so she actually paid for the hotel. Thank you, Jen. Without the hotel, we probably would have been driving home later that night. That would have sucked. So I'm stupid for that. Yeah. So I felt like an idiot, but I did pay Jen back. I paid her back, and I actually got her Xbox One because I felt bad for that shit. So, but we went to the arena. It was basically kind of like not super huge, not super small, but like a decent kind of hockey size arena. And I liked the arena. The arena was pretty cool. Let me look this arena up. AEW Collision, June 15th. I don't live in Ohio, so I don't know any of the arenas over by there, but I don't know. I can't. Oh, Savali Center? Cavalli Center. I believe that's where it was. It was a pretty cool arena, but I liked the arena, and we were really close. We got floor seats, very close to the ring. I don't think I've ever been that close to a mainstream wrestling arena like that close live on TNT. So it was pretty surreal. I thought it looked really cool. We are sitting right by the hard cam side. It was pretty badass.
Yeah, hold on, buddy. There's one thing you forgot to mention. This was a special show. It was the 1-year anniversary of Collision.
Yep, yes it was.
So not only did you get to go to AEW show, but you went to a special one.
And people say the ratings for Collision have been terrible, but they've lasted 1 year on TNT. I mean, that's pretty impressive. For Collision's only been around a year now, so and they've lasted a year. And even with the shitty ratings, they've still have lasted on TNT. So let's give it up for AEW for that.
Yes.
Christian was there. Edge was supposed to be there, but he got hurt at the last pay-per-view. He got hurt, which is very unfortunate. So Edge was not there, unfortunately, which sucks. I wanted to see Edge. But House of Black was there. They had a really good match. Daniel Bryan was there. John Moxley was there doing the tag team Blackpool Combat Club. So it was pretty surreal being that close at a live event. I thought the show itself was about a 7 out of 10, about a 7. It was pretty cool. And so I'm just glad I went. The crowd was cool. Nobody was acting all drunk and stupid. Everybody was acting. I know people say AEW fans are toxic and they're this, and that. No, I had no problem with the crowd at Ohio. Ohio crowd was Very good people. Nobody bothered me. So yeah, I had a freaking good time. Other than the shitty hotel in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan. It's just it felt really shady over there. It just I know some people might live there, and I'm sorry if I offend you. But I thought I would never live there. I don't plan on ever going back. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm sure people come to Detroit and they think Detroit's a shithole, but I don't want to go back to Youngstown, Ohio. I just don't. So yeah. But yeah, I had a good time, and then the ride back home was pretty shitty, but yep, it was well worth the money. I think the tickets were only 80 apiece, 80 apiece for floor tickets.
That's not bad.
That's pretty cheap for floor tickets. I was thinking about going. I was thinking about going to SummerSlam, but I don't want to pay for that.
And just so you know, the two shows I went to were both Dynamite shows, and they were in Detroit. And the first one was one of the best shows I've ever been to, hands down. That was the first ever Blood and Guts in Detroit.
You're lucky, dude. Blood and Guts. That's like their version of Hell in a Cell, right?
Pretty much.
Because Blood and Guts, you got the cage, they can get on top, and then there's weapons. I look at it like a hardcore Hell in a Cell almost.
Yeah.
Man, you're lucky. You got to experience Blood and Guts. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So you've gone to 2 AEW shows, too?
Yeah. And
you said they were both Dynamite?
Yep. Usually they do once a year, but they haven't announced any this year, so I don't know. Maybe they're skipping Detroit this year. So
That sucks. How can you skip Detroit? Detroit supports AEW hardcore, man.
yeah. Yeah, I mean they both times they came they had very strong ticket sales.
I know they really like Chicago.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it might be the thing that they might be doing now is they're starting to go away from bigger arenas. And both time it was at Little Caesars Arena, and those are pretty big. It's a big venue. But I mean, there is a fewer smaller options around in the Michigan area. So like that's too bad that they just didn't go to a smaller arena. But hey, what can you do?
I mean, why not go to like a hockey arena, like where the Flint Firebirds play, like something like that?
Yeah, you could do that. That's a small arena, or Team USA Arena in Plymouth. They could always go there. That one holds about 5,000 people.
I mean, they got to do something because they can't fill arenas, bro. They can't. I mean, I get it. People can make fun of them for that, whatever, but they still get a lot of people in there. It's just they can't fill the full thing.
Yeah, and I get it. The ratings are down and they're struggling with attendance, but I still think overall they're putting on a pretty damn good product.
Yeah, they're basically like the new TNA at this point. TNA on a bigger budget. Like what we had, remember back in like 07 TNA, what we had on Spike TV? It's like that, but bigger budget. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. They don't have to be number one for me to like it,
Yeah.
I think Collision is suffering though. They're down to like 200,000 now viewers, like maybe below that. Like they're suffering. Collision. But we'll see. I mean, maybe they can move to streaming eventually. Hopefully, I think they should get off cable at this point. It's ridiculous that they're still on cable.
I gotta say one thing though. Collision has definitely improved.
That is true.
I've watched some pretty good matches on there.
Originally I didn't like Collision. Remember I said Collision was trash when CM Punk was on it?
Mm-hmm.
At first I didn't like Collision. Collision felt like a Sunday, almost like a C show, like a Sunday Night Heat. And I'm pretty sure Kevin Kelly was on there. And it just felt very like the C show. It didn't feel like a SmackDown. It didn't feel like a Raw type of show. It just felt like, and I watched it, I wasn't impressed. I thought it was kind of boring when Collision first came up. But after watching, I've been watching more Collision too. And honestly, Collision feels more like straight wrestling. It's more in your face, a little bit less goofy storyline shit. It's more of a wrestling type of show, and I kind of like that.
Yep.
I can't really hate on Collision. I can't hate on Collision. When CM Punk was on there, I didn't like it, but now I've been watching more of it. Not just the Ohio show. I've been watching it almost weekly, and if I miss it, I watch it on YouTube. But it ain't bad.
Yep.
So now let's talk about the current WWE product. Now, in the uncensored Netflix thoughts, they're going to Netflix. Raw is going to Netflix. Supposedly, it's TVMA or TV 14 again, or uncensored. That's what Triple H is saying in there. And I'm gonna switch it to you. Like, what are your thoughts about the current WWE product and the Raw going to Netflix next year? What are your thoughts?
I think the Netflix thing is pretty smart on their part. I mean, it's just another way for them to make more money, and they don't have to like worry so much about what the cable station wants, because so maybe they can be edgier, and I'm interested to see what they do with it.
Do you think like the Attitude Era is coming back, or
I don't think the Attitude Era is gonna really come back like completely like that, because that was just a whole different time. You know what I mean? And a lot of that stuff you can't do now because it's just not politically correct, or it's different times. So I don't think it's gonna completely come back like that, but I think it's definitely gonna be. It could be more edgier, and maybe there'll be some swearing, and there might be a little more blood. It's gonna be a little more intense, in your face wrestling,
so you think it's going to be almost like a Ruthless Aggression sequel?
pretty much. I mean, they might have a couple wacky little storylines and stuff, but it's not gonna be like it was, because you got to realize Vince is not running it. A lot of that stuff was because Vince was running it.
Basically, I look at the Ruthless Aggression kind of like the Attitude Era's cousin.
I mean, they're kind of right. I mean, right now they're kind of being a little more edgier now with certain things, with the whole Liv Morgan thing and how she's like trying to get in Don's pants. You know what I mean? Like they're hinting at it, and she wants them, and she gave him her hotel card key, and she's like, I'll be up there. You know what I mean? Like she's pretty much saying like, I want to fuck you, Dom.
Yeah, I mean they do dabble with it. I agree, they do dabble with it. But my thing is, I don't want them to just if they really go on Netflix and it's supposed to be uncensored, like I don't want them just dabbling. Like I want the entire show. Like when I turn it on, I want to see TV 14 in the corner. I want to see the logo say TV 14. That means the entire show is uncut, not this. It's still gonna say PG, but we're gonna be a little edgy here and there, and like fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man.
I'm not sure either. But I'm definitely excited for it. I'm glad Vince is out of the picture. I'm glad Triple H is trying to make Raw good again. It's going back to 2 hours. No more 3 hour crabs. Going back to 2.
it seems like things are getting better, and I I think a lot of people who maybe were fans of AEW are starting to kind of like shift more towards Raw, and they're watching Raw because they're excited about these new changes, and they want to see what Cody Rhodes is doing, and the whole Wyatt Six. So there is some exciting things going on. But me, I still like watching AEW, and I enjoy it. So I'm not gonna just abandon ship. I'll dabble with both, honestly.
Well, nowadays you can watch it all on YouTube. I don't know if people know this, but I'm not just talking about clips either. I'm not talking about 60-second clips. Screw all that. I'm talking like once SmackDown is over and Collision and shit, you can go on YouTube. They will actually
Yeah,
upload the whole. They'll upload the whole show in pieces, the matches, and you can watch almost like a full match of the whole show.
yeah, and I know I can speak for a lot of people. I don't have cable because cable's expensive, and I hang out with one of my buddies once a week, and he has cable, and he tapes Dynamite, and we'll watch Dynamite. And that's really the wrestling, that I have time for. And Raw, I'll catch highlights and stuff, things like that. I can watch SmackDown if I want because that's on Fox. Sometimes I can. Sometimes it doesn't even come in at my house because I got the like the antenna. I got the free antenna.
Yeah.
So I don't have cable. That's just not something I need right now. That's a expense that I don't need to pay for.
Nowadays, streaming is honestly the future. I don't know anybody that really watches cable. Do you? I don't.
Yeah. If I really want cable, I can get Sling TV, and then I can, watch Raw. But with it coming to Netflix, I guess that can be a reason for me to pick up Netflix. I don't have Netflix right now. I have Hulu, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they used to show it on Hulu, but then they stopped showing it on Hulu.
Here's the thing, Mark. Like, I don't have anything against watching stuff on YouTube, and I get highlights and all that, but like, I don't think that should replace. I can't imagine watching 60-second clips and having that replace me watching the whole show. I don't think that that's the same.
Yeah. I don't know. I think watching the show is better. It's just that we're adults and we have to budget our money, and I just don't feel like I really need cable right now. So, but down the road,
Like
maybe I will.
Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, those are 2-3 hour shows. So like out of a 2 hour show, what is a 60-second clip gonna show me? That's nothing. Now I can understand if you're going to YouTube and you're watching like 10-minute matches, 7-10 minute matches, even 5 minutes is better than. I want to actually watch the whole show, not just let's just watch little highlights. Like, to me, that ain't the same.
Yeah.
So are you digging the new Wyatt Six?
I watched that. That was pretty cool. Their debut. I liked it. It
I
could have
mean,
been that could not have been any better. And I hands down to WWE. I give them credit where credit's deserved, and they nailed it.
I didn't think they were going to continue the Wyatt stuff. They were thinking about it, but then I heard they were not going to continue it out of respect for Bray. But then at last minute, now they're continuing it.
Yep. Well, you know Bray would want it. He would want them to continue it. And it's
I
interesting.
think so.
I think he would. It's part of his legacy. And now
Yeah.
they have a chance. They have a chance to actually do something with awesome superstars that they really didn't have any purpose for them.
Yeah, and they're actually doing the dark shit again. Like, we need some dark shit in wrestling. You know, like AEW, we have House of Black over there, and now WWE has the Wyatts. That's good. I like the dark shit. I like the goth, dark horror stuff.
Yeah,
I think it adds to the show. You know what I mean? Like, in our era, we had Kane and Undertaker, Ministry of Darkness. We had some dark shit. So I think wrestling should always have some dark shit going on. Yeah, I think it's cool too. I mean, I have no problem with it. I mean, as long as they do it right. I know Bo Dallas is his real life brother. So as his brother, I think if he's related to Bray, he could have a lot of good ideas, just like how Bray did, man.
I agree.
So we'll see where it heads. Hopefully it's I mean, maybe it won't be as good as Bray Wyatt, but I'll give it a chance.
And just so everyone knows, and I'm sure everyone does, but you got Uncle Howdy, that's Bo Dallas, Eric Rowan, he's the Rabbling Rabbits, Dexter Loomis is Mercy the Buzzard, and Nikki Cross is Abby the Witch, Sister Abigail, and Joe Gacy, he's Huskus the Pig Boy.
The pig boy. The pig boy.
And like I said, this is a chance for them to actually do something with these people because Nikki Cross is so talented. So talented. And then they turn her to a superhero, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, this girl should be crazy. Because remember, what group was she with? She was with an NXT, her first run at NXT. It was like her, Eric Young, and she
You know,
played
I never fucked with NXT, unfortunately.
I'm gonna look it up, but you can keep talking and I'll look it up.
I know you were a big NXT guy back in the day.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of it during that whole the Bailey. Yeah, when Bailey was there, it was great.
I always heard good things about it. Like, dude, you gotta watch NXT. NXT's better than Raw, dude. It's better than the.
Still good right now. I haven't watched it, but it still looks great. It actually looks pretty good right now.
Yeah, we got what Shawn Michaels running it, correct?
Yep.
HBK, baby. We literally have G Generation X running the WWE. DX is running the WWE. It's a new era, baby. And I'll tell you this,
Sanity.
remember?
That's it. It's Sanity. She's part of that stable, Sanity, and she played a psycho unstable bitch, and it was fucking great. And it's like that's the Nikki Cross we want to see. And they made her all happy, friendly superhero, and it's like now she goes back to her roots, and I fucking love it.
Our first episode of the PowerKast, I believe it was about 2 to 3 years ago, which is crazy. We've been going this long so far. Seems like we just did the PowerKast not that long ago, but the first episode we said the state of WWE. I'm pretty sure it was shitty around that time. We were like we weren't praising WWE around that time, but things have changed. Vince McMahon is out the fucking door. Triple H is in charge. Shawn Michaels is running NXT. What we say now is completely different from when the first PowerKast was.
But
Times
if
are
you
changing.
remember,
Times
but
are
if you
changing.
if you remember though, we even stated that we want WWE to succeed, and we want to see them get better.
Very true.
Because we believe that there should be competition and there should be plenty of places for wrestlers to work.
Yeah, and I still stand by. I still stand by that too.
It's good for the business. It's good for
People that want to see AEW fail, and wrestlers have said this themselves. They're like, why would you want to see AEW fail? That is little dick energy. That is little dick energy. It's good for the business. It gives wrestlers and athletes another place to work. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying you have to love AEW. You have to like it. You can hate it. You can not like it all you want, but to want to see them fail is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. And the wrestlers have said that themselves that they're not even the biggest fans of AEW, but they don't want to see them go under or nothing. Like I want them to go under and blah blah blah. And I hate this company. Stupid. I hate everything about it. Like God, like it's just a wrestling company. Calm down. Even the AEW Nation group, I left that group. I don't like the AEW Nation group. There's a lot of crazy people in that.
And AEW actually has a big pay-per-view coming up June 30th, Forbidden Door. So that will be exciting to see what happens. And that's their big crossover promotion they do once a year. And they face some of the best in New Japan Wrestling.
Didn't Triple H make fun of the name Forbidden Door at like a press conference? He said it was corny or something.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny. He kind of made fun of that, and now WWE and TNA have a relationship together, and they're exchanging talent just like AEW has been doing. You got
That's one thing I thought I'd never see is WWE crossing over in TNA. I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah.
They used to act like TNA didn't exist back in the day. It's weird. I mean, did you like Double or Nothing? That was their latest pay-per-view, and then there was Dynasty, and both of those were really fucking good. They were really good.
And I'm very impressed with Jack Perry.
The Elite, the EVPs, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, I love fucking Rainmaker, baby, Okada. I love it. You bitches.
That's awesome. I actually heard that was off script. He came up with it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and he did it again on Dynamite because I watched it with my buddy today because he records it, and because the Acclaim were coming out, and then Caster was about to do his rap, and like they turned off the mic, and then they show Okada on the screen, and he's like, "I pushed the wrong button," and he's like, "Shut up, bitches." He said it again.
Shut up, bitches. That's fucking great. That is great.
Or I think he said bitches. Yeah, he's like bitches. It's pretty funny.
Okada's great. I like his entrance with the money, Rainmaker, and the fucking clothesline, the finisher. It's dope.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks too. I mean, they're annoying, but I see the appeal to it now. They're actually very good heels. The new Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. It's actually pretty. It's very annoying, but it's good heel work.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it at first. I thought it was kind of corny, kind of like Learning Tree Jericho. I'm like, I don't like Learning Tree. I think Learning Tree sucks. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Like Learning Tree is probably the worst Jericho I've ever seen. It's just not. He's getting like I know he's getting heat for it, but he's getting the wrong heat. Like he's getting like this is the shittiest Jericho ever.
Yeah. And I know some people like Jack Perry and some people don't like him. And everyone can have their opinion of him, but I think he's definitely improved. He's got his niche now. Because before he was kind of like he was pretty good as the baby face, doing that whole Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus was cool. But then they broke up and he was kind of trying to find himself, and I think he found himself with his new scapegoat gimmick. He's definitely improved.
Yeah, because before the CM Punk shit, I didn't think I could take him serious as a heel. I'm like, I don't know, Jungle Boy, really? Jungle Boy? I don't. This guy's a bad guy now. I don't know about that. This guy's small and weak, and he doesn't come off like a bad guy to me. He's too like nice and the Jungle Boy, really. And then like the CM Punk shit happened, and I think CM Punk actually made him rise up as a heel because that really helped. Because now I take him as a serious heel. I do.
And him and Dustin Rhodes had a good match. You see that match? That was a good
Yeah.
match.
Yep, Dustin Rhodes cussed him out on Collision. He said, "I'll beat your little punk ass," and then they had that good match on Dynamite.
Yep.
To me,
Hell,
Dynamite's good every week almost.
hell, Jack Perry got lit on fire too. He's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, he did the flamethrower. Have you ever seen a flamethrower in pro wrestling? I don't think I have ever.
Yeah, Darby Allin, he did that too.
I've seen guys get caught on fire with a lighter like a match, but I've never seen someone come out with a freaking flamethrower.
It was pretty cool. It was something different.
Yeah, I know people will be like, "Oh, it's dangerous. Oh, it's dangerous." God, is that what really wrestling fans are now? Oh, they're gonna get hurt.
But you're always gonna remember it. You're gonna be like, that's that match where Jack Perry got lit on fire. You know what I mean? It's like it's memorable. Like it stands out.
Back in the day, we weren't sitting there watching wrestling going, "Oh my God, they're getting hurt." Oh, we liked it. We were like, "Dude, that looked real as hell. Holy shit, that guy looked like he broke his neck. Dude, I gotta watch Raw next week. That was insane." Now wrestling fans, not all of them, but some of them are like, "Oh, they're gonna get hurt." Oh, what the fuck, dude? And then they're bitching about the blood. They're bitching about the blood now.
Shut up, bitches.
Shut up, bitches. I just never thought I'd see wrestling fans complain about blood. Like, growing up, blood was awesome to us. Not, oh my God, it's a little violent. It's weird. Wrestling fans are kind of weird now. I don't know. I mean, WWE right now, I'm gonna say, I think they're number one right now. I think WWE is making the most noise. I mean, they're the Bloodline 2.0. Bloodline 2.0 has been fucking great. They're having a feud with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes right now. It's great on SmackDown. It's really good. And fucking the Wyatt Six on Raw now. Now the news with Netflix and Uncensored Monday Night Raw is coming back. Like,
I have to bring something up. I really do. I do like the whole Drew McIntyre and CM Punk feud right now.
it's pretty fucking good.
Drew McIntyre hates CM Punk in real life, so it's like they're playing off of this. Pretty damn smart.
I didn't know that. He hates him in real life. I didn't know that.
I think so.
I gotta say, bro, like CM Punk's WWE run has been really good so far. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, because when CM Punk first came in, like he was pissed. I heard, Drew McIntyre was pissed, and Seth Rollins was pissed because, like, I don't think they really knew that. I don't think they really knew he was coming out. It was kind of like it was a surprise. So, like,
Honestly, as an entertainer, CM Punk does entertain me. I mean, I still don't like him. I have said some mean things about CM Punk. I still don't like him, but he does entertain me as a character in WWE right now. He's been doing a good job. But I still don't like him as a person. I think he's a fucking dick. But his new WWE run's been pretty cool. I agree. Drew McIntyre is pretty great too, as well. I mean, their whole feud right now. I mean, I ain't got much to bitch about WWE currently. Right now, not much to bitch about.
yeah, I mean they're doing solid.
And as far as AEW, I mean, they could be doing. AEW could be doing a little better with certain things, and they need to fix their ratings and stuff like that. But I mean, they're not perfect, but they're decent right now. AEW is
Yeah,
decent.
they're definitely not perfect, and there's some things they should fix. But I mean, overall, I'm pretty satisfied and happy, and when I watch Dynamite. But like, I think they need to hire someone that will come in and they'll run the show and they'll be the booker. I think Tony Khan needs help. They need somebody with experience. Like, I would love for them to get Scott D'Amore. I think he would be a good fit, and he could help them out. Try to mix some stuff up a little bit. Try to get something going.
I agree. Scott D'Amore, man, TNA getting rid of that guy, that was a huge mistake. And Scott D'Amore deserves better. I really feel bad for him.
And this is just rumors, so we don't know if it's true or not. So don't go quoting us and saying, because this is just rumors. But like, there's a chance that like they might be trying to work something out with Shane McMahon. So you know how cool that would be. That would be like, they would definitely get some viewership. People would want to see what's going on. At least I think,
hell
or
yeah.
maybe it doesn't do shit. Maybe people are just done. But I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, they could have him come in and be like the authority figure. Maybe be like the general manager or something like that. That would be kind of cool. But that's just rumors. It may not even happen.
I'm all for Shane O'Mac being there, bro. I'm all for that.
Really, I mean, you can never say never because he has no attachment to WWE anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not like he's turning his back on anybody. He's literally not part of WWE anymore.
Vince McMahon probably feels like crap. Like, God, like my son is going to my competition. Fucking Triple H, my son-in-law, owns my company, and I can't even walk inside my own headquarters anymore. He must feel like shit.
Well, he's the one that wanted to sell it. So
Well, the whole like court shit with that chick, I mean that fucked up his whole legacy and his whole career.
he's the one that sold it because like Triple H and Stephanie, they wanted to keep it. They didn't want to sell.
Well, his legacy is pretty much ruined from that Janelle Grant chick and the whole situation because of what he did, and he honestly he ruined his own legacy. I mean, he fucked himself over. I mean, I'm sure he's still going to be a millionaire and everything, or a billionaire, but I just hope he does. I don't want to see Vince McMahon back in pro wrestling ever again. I don't. I'm over it. The PG era I thought was very not my thing for years, and I like wrestling how it is right now with Triple H and AEW. It's a hell of a lot better than it's been in the past decade.
And AEW, we got MJF back now, so that's kind of cool seeing him. It's been a long time without, seeing him show up and hearing his music.
Yeah, he's gold on the mic, man. MJF is gold.
They had to pay him a lot. I don't know the exact numbers and stuff. I heard rumors and stuff, but they definitely had to flash that money to keep him.
I bet they did because he got the damn tattoo of AEW on his leg. I bet they did pay him a lot. People were making fun of that. They're like, "Oh my god, that looks like a dollar store tattoo. What the fuck was he thinking? That looks like shit."
Some people say it's just airbrush. It's not even real.
I don't know.
Wrestling's fake. It's all fake. Watch the UFC. Why? I watch the real shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for AEW right now. I'm happy for Tony Khan. It seems like they're doing decent, but they need to fix them ratings. It's hard getting ratings though on cable, bro. It's hard. Nobody's watching. A lot of people are doing. I guarantee if AEW went on stream, they would get way more viewership. Way more.
Think so?
I really do. I don't know anybody watching TNT anymore. And I don't know, man. I feel like if they're on Max, HBO Max, or Peacock, they would get more viewers. Like they get a lot of viewers on YouTube as well. Like you got to count their YouTube views as well. And I just think cable's the past. It's nobody's like watching. Nobody wants to pay for cable anymore. And it's this era. You know what I'm saying? Like if AEW was on back in the day, I'm sure their ratings would be higher. More people had cable back then.
Yeah. Well,
People are like, "Oh,
well, WWE going to Netflix is very smart because a lot of people ditch cable and they're like, well, I'm not getting cable, but I'll get Netflix. So, like, that's definitely going to get a lot of eyes on their product more than before.
oh yeah." I'm sure people who don't even like wrestling will turn on their Netflix account and be like, "Raw. Oh yeah, what's this show? Oh, I've heard of this. Ain't this wrestling? Ain't this wrestling? Let me click it. What is this about?"
And then NXT is coming to C&W as well, so that's pretty big. That's everyone gets C&W. If you have a free antenna, you can pick that up.
And isn't SmackDown's going to USA, right?
I don't. Are they going to USA? I think so. I don't know. I know
I
they're
would
leaving.
I would prefer them on Fox because you don't need cable for Fox. And their rate. Did you know this? SmackDown gets higher ratings than Raw nowadays.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. Raw was always the #1 show back in the day. SmackDown is beating Raw in the ratings.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Just to clarify something, when I mean free antenna, you have to obviously pay for the antenna. The antenna's not free. You can buy it at Walmart or wherever. But just to watch it is free. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for it. They have certain channels that are free. So that's what when I say free antenna, that's what I mean. Like, it's free TV.
Yeah, it's free once you buy the antenna, basically.
You have to buy a digital antenna. It has to be digital. So we can't do the old school bunny ears that don't work anymore. I mean, some of them, there's some of them that do kind of have, I guess, that style, but it's not like the super old ones back in the day. Like, now it's all digital.
I gotta say, man, I really like SmackDown. Every time I watch SmackDown, I have a better time. I feel like it's more wrestling, less bullshit. I mean, of course, you still got your storylines, but I feel like Raw is just current Raw, not the Netflix. We'll see what happens with Netflix, but right now, a lot of times when I watch Raw, a lot of it's filler, a lot of it's a lot of talking, commercial every 2 seconds. SmackDown feels like it's only 2 hours. That's better to me. Less, it feels like it's less commercials, less filler, and more wrestling. That's kind of why I tend to like SmackDown a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I can see why the ratings are higher because it's a better. SmackDown's got the bloodline, yo. They got the fucking bloodline. Okay, you can't talk. That's the hottest thing in WWE right now. Bloodline. And then now you got CM Punk over there, Cody Rhodes and shit. Like, SmackDown's just popping, dude. Like, yeah, Raw, they might got the Wyatt Six, and that's cool. But I think SmackDown's the better show. Growing up, I always thought SmackDown was better, anyways.
No.
Raw is
And
just
then,
trash. Raw sucks nowadays. It's
and recently, Ethan Page, All Ego Ethan Page, he joined NXT, and he used to be at AEW. But recently, he's been in ROH, and I think he asked for his release. And yeah, he's very good. I gotta admit, I think AEW dropped the ball on him. That guy has it all. He can talk, he can wrestle. He's freaking great. He's very underrated. So I'm happy that he finally got his chance, and I hope things go good for him.
if you had to rate current WWE right now, what would you rate it?
That's a good question.
1 out of 10. What would you rate the current product? SmackDown, Raw, the pay-per-views right now, the hype, the news and rumors. You know,
I guess I would probably, I'd maybe give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10 right now, somewhere around there. I guess maybe more of an 8 because
yeah,
of the why.
I would
I
rate
would
this
think-
shit like 8.
I mean, I would say I'd probably say 8 out of 10. The Wyatt stuff is very cool, but I still
Yeah.
think there's I still think there's room for improvement. So that's why I'm not gonna give higher, because it's like I want to see what they can do when they go over to Netflix.
Do you ever see yourself being an active WWE fan, like regularly watching it weekly, like you did as a kid?
I don't know. I mean, pop maybe, but it's like I just don't see myself getting cable right now anytime soon.
Right.
And I honestly I would, and this is just one of those things. Like I would get Sling TV in a heartbeat if because I'm a big Red Wings fan. So like if I got Sling TV and I was able to watch the Red Wings, I would do it hands down during the hockey season. But with Sling TV, I can't watch the Red Wings because that channel is not available on Sling TV anymore, because they had a issue over money, and Sling TV is not showing Bally Sports. So like what I have to do is when hockey's on, I pay for the Bally Sports app, and that's $20. So it's like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna pay for Bally's, and I'm not gonna go pay for Sling TV and deal with both. So it's like, to me, I'm not gonna get Sling TV.
Speaking of hockey, congratulations, Florida fucking Panthers, bro. Holy shit.
2024 Stanley Cup champions.
Dude, I shed I was shedding tears, bro. I was literally crying when they won. I was so happy for them, bro.
Me too. They're my second favorite team, and hats off to them. It was a very scary series. They were up 3-0 and lost 3 in a row against the Oilers, but they pulled it off. I mean, it was a close game. It was 2-1. It was a nail biter, but at the end of it, they showed that they're the better team. I mean, not by much. I mean, it was very fucking close, but they did it, and I'm proud of them.
I said since the beginning of the season this year that I'm like, bro, Panthers are going. I was all for the Panthers, and they fucking did it, bro. Fucking great. You know what's cool too? The PowerKast, our intro. I'm repping a Panthers jersey right there in the fucking intro. Fucking great. I can't wait for next season, next year, man. It's hockey's fucking on fire.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the Red Wings. They're my number one, of course. I love my Red Wings. We're we're real close to the Detroit area, so that's our team. I want to see what they can do. Hopefully, they can make a couple good moves. Maybe try to get a new goalie, and we'll see what happens.
We haven't had a Stanley Cup since what, 2008?
Yep.
It's been a minute. I think the Red Wings could do it again someday. I think they could do it again.
I think we're just trying to make it to the playoffs right now. That's our goal. But I mean, if we draft well and we pick up a couple key players, it can happen.
Now the Detroit Lions, on the other hand, they fucked up. Yeah, they fucked up. But the Lions are a whole new team. They're a whole new team, but man, I wish they would have.
But they played great last. I mean, they still played great, and for them to make it as far as they did, and it's all learning experience. And they had a pretty good off season, and they picked up a couple key players. And look out, I'm excited. And they gave Jared golf extension. He got good money, and I'm ready, man. I'm looking forward to watching them.
Yeah, I mean they did make it fucking far. They blew it. They fucking blew it. Classic Lions. They blew it. But this is a whole new Lions, bro. This for them to even make it, they were this close to going to the Super Bowl. That close. It was insane. And people, no more of this. The Lions suck bullshit. They don't. They don't suck, not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. So we'll see. I mean, NFL's coming up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I got to say on this episode. I went to the AEW Collision. Pretty damn cool. WWE, I would rate WWE right now like probably 8 out of 10. WWE, props to them. They're doing really good things, especially without Vince McMahon and John Cena in the fucking picture. Thank God. Get rid of that shit. And
There's one thing I want to say. I just want to give a big congratulations to my boy Swerve Strickland on becoming the world heavyweight, world champion, AEW world heavyweight champion. I really like him. I like Prince Nana. He's one of my favorites. So I like what he's doing, and he's having a good feud right now with Will Ospreay. And some people hate on Will Ospreay, but I like him. I think he's cool, and I always say bruv now because of him. I say, "What's up, bruv?" to my friends and stuff. So I enjoy him.
I love Will Ospreay. Dude, that guy's hype, bro. He's like AEW's fucking Shawn Michaels, bro. He is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 wrestler. And as far as AEW, I would rate AEW. We didn't rate AEW. I would rate AEW right now. Maybe a 7.
Yeah.
I would say WWE's number 1, AEW, and then maybe TNA. I don't really fuck with TNA though, so I don't know what TNA's doing.
Yeah, I mean, after them firing Scott D'Amore, I kind of like lost interest in them.
Me too. I'm like, I don't know. That was a low blow.
I was like starting to really like give them a shot, and because I love Scott D'Amore. I've met him. I've talked to him. He's a great guy.
I don't know. Maybe he'll end up in AEW.
Yeah.
But folks, that was the PowerKast progression right here on Video Game XD, brought to you by XD Sports, a part of Summer Heats. We've been sweating. It's been hot out, but we've been enjoying the summer this year. It's been a pretty badass summer. I'm enjoying this summer more than other years. Hope. I know it's been a minute since we've done an episode. We've been busy as hell. We've been very busy, but we're back, you guys. We're back. You guys, do you have any other words to say, Mark?
Nope, that's it for me, man.
We will see you guys on the next PowerKast progression. Radio with Power. Peace out, baby. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
The PowerKast progression. Radio with Power.